News just coming in. Mumbai police has booked a 34-year-old doctor for allegedly sexually assaulting a 44-year-old COVID-positive patient. Now, this incident allegedly took place in the ICU ward of a renowned Mumbai hospital on the 1st of May. Those are the details coming in. Let me go across to Sandhya, who's joining us on the phone line. Sandhya, extremely horrific incident here coming to light. What can you tell us?
The incident took place on 1st of May in the ICU ward of the hospital in Mumbai. And the victim here is a 44-year-old patient found coronavirus positive while he was in the ICU ward. And according to the hospital staff, hospital management, it was on the same day, that was actually the day of incident was the first day on duty of the accused doctor. And the patient, the hospital management actually received a complaint from the patient where he said that it was on 1st May morning that when the doctor actually visited the ward, he tried and made sexual advances at the patient, at the complainant here. When the patient resisted, he assaulted him. So once the hospital received the complaint, first thing according to hospital management was done was to terminate the services of the doctor. And then Mumbai police was approached, and then Mumbai police filed an FIR against the accused doctor here. But considering the fact that there was a chance that the accused doctor himself would have got infected, that's why Mumbai police has not arrested him, but he has been quarantined in his Thane-based residence.
All right, Sandhya, thanks for joining us with all of those details. More breaking news that's coming in. Congress interim President Sonia Gandhi now slammed the centre over the Migrants Fair Row. In a video message, Sonia Gandhi said that she was pained by the incident, took a jibe at the centre, also saying that she hopes that the money donated to the centre would be used for the welfare of migrants. Listen in.
भारत सरकार और रेल मंत्रालय घर वापस लौटने के लिए रेल यात्रा का किराया और स्पेशल चार्ज वसूल रहे हैं। उम्मीद थी कि दाम में आए हजारों करोड़ रुपए पर पहला अधिकार हमारे राष्ट्र निर्माताओं का होगा और इस पैसे का इस्तेमाल अब सबको सुरक्षित और निशुल्क रेल यात्रा के लिए सबसे पहले किया जाएगा।
Let's now look at the other big focus area that we're getting to you today, which is the fact that several alcohol shops across the country have now opened up, but that is creating a lot of issues in terms of the crowds that have gathered there, the social distancing not being maintained, and the police then having to resort to lathi charge and even in some cases having to shut down the alcohol shops as well because people are just not maintaining any kind of social distancing. Now, this in Delhi as well as in Karnataka, there have been these instances. In Jaipur as well, the liquor shops have had to be shut down because there was a lot of crowds that had gathered there. So let's first focus on what's happened in the national capital. Now, Delhi police had to resort to lathi charge in Delhi's Kashmir Gate and in Chandan Nagar after large crowds gathered outside the liquor shops there, and these crowds then ended up turning unruly. Meanwhile, in East Delhi's Jagatpuri also, where police had to shut shop because of the chaos that ensued once the shops actually opened. Let me go across to Alok, who's joining us for more details on this. Alok, this is something that we've been seeing across the country. Wherever liquor shops have opened, there seem to be huge crowds that are gathering there. People are unable to maintain social distancing, or it's not being able to be implemented properly. What's been happening in Delhi? We know of these 2-3 instances. So tell us about those, and also what about the rest of the national capital?
Well, definitely, what we say, we can say completely it's a non-cooperation or no coordination between the police and the Delhi government, because the way that this whole thing happened, we can clearly see that there was no deployment of police at the initial time of the opening of the shops. We can say that the Delhi government did not inform the police properly, and the police was not aware that the shops is going to be opened. Today, when when the shop started opening, large number of people started gathering at the shops. There was no social distancing was being maintained, and when the police tried to pacify, at the same time there was some kiosk happened, and in the meantime the police had to use the lathi charge in various parts. And this is not the one case. There are multiple cases of the police lathi charge happened in the national capital. People were not ready to understand the seriousness of the situation. They just tried to buy the liquor as soon as possible. Remember, there was beelining started happening before the shops got open. So this is very important point. And later after that, when the kiosk started happening, police had to in fact forcefully shut the shops as well. So many places where the social distancing was not maintained at the initial time, the shops are shut. But some places the shops are still open. The people are maintaining social distancing. We hope those people who are gathering at the liquor shop, they will maintain social distancing as directed by the MHA and the Delhi government.
Yes, absolutely, Alok. So like you're pointing out, there are instances of both in Delhi at least, where there are shops where social distancing is being maintained, others where it's not being maintained. So the shops which have shut down, or where the police have, resorted to lathi charge and disperse the crowds, what is the plan going ahead? Are those shops going to once again try and reopen tomorrow with a better, form of social distancing being implemented? Is there any plan as such?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, the Delhi police has also issued a statement in which they have said that they will make a strategy so that how they can go with that. And there is some confusion happened between the people and the police as well initially when the shops got open. But now the police say that with the help of the Delhi government, after discussing with the Delhi government officials, they will make a strategy. However, the shops which are closed now, they will close for today, but tomorrow they will again open with the better planning.
All right, Alok, thanks so much for joining us with all of those details. Of course, we'll have to wait and watch as to whether or not tomorrow there will be a better sense in terms of maintaining social distancing, whether the shop owners also will be able to ensure that that's maintained, whether, a better plan will be put into place. So we'll have to wait for that and see how it really pans out. But remember, this is not just the case in Delhi. This is the case across the country. We're seeing in several areas, in Karnataka as well, in Jaipur as well. And this has been happening where huge crowds are gathering as well. And this is news coming in from Chennai. The IPS officer who was looking after the operations of the Coimbatore wholesale market in Chennai has been tested positive for coronavirus. The wholesale market, remember, is one of the largest clusters of COVID-19 in Chennai. Overall, 22 police personnel have been tested positive for COVID in the city. This is latest news that's coming in. The IPS officer who was looking after the operations of the Coimbatore wholesale market has now tested positive for the coronavirus. Those details here coming in. Remember, there are 22 police personnel who have tested positive for COVID in the city. Those details we'll try and get you some more details on exactly what the situation is at this point in time of the Coimbatore market as well. Remember, it's the wholesale market in Chennai, and there have been issues in the past as well of ensuring social distancing be maintained in this particular market. But this is All right, those visuals on your screens there, Prime Minister holding a video conference meet there with NAM leaders, the non-aligned members summit which is being held right now, and those visuals on your screens, Prime Minister there holding a video meet with those members at this point in time. And we'll just try and get you some more details as to what exactly is being discussed, what the agenda is of this meet in terms of the coronavirus preparedness of various places, and how exactly this is of course the global meet, and the PM is participating in this particular meet. Those visuals there for you on your screens. We'll just try and get you some more details at this point in time. This is the NAM members who PM is meeting. We'll just get you more details on that. This, of course, this is the first time we understand that the Prime Minister is taking part in such a meet since he became the Prime Minister in 2014. This is, of course, the NAM meet that is taking place, a non-aligned movement, and this is happening at this point in time. This is, of course, this NAM represents the biggest grouping of countries outside the United Nations, has about 120 developing countries as well, including from Asia, from Africa, from Latin America at this point in time. Our managing editor Vinay Tiwari is joining me on the phone line. Vinay, this is, of course, the first time that the Prime Minister is participating in such a meet.
Yes, he is. I mean, look, non-aligned movement as a movement itself had become a little redundant over the years. But obviously, Corona has forced the world to do many things which it had never done before. And one of the things that has been revived is the multilateral talks that have happened at different fora. If you remember, the Prime Minister had also chaired the SAARC summit earlier, where even Pakistan participated in it, because this is not something that can be fought by a country alone. This is a global crisis where each country's fortunes are linked in some ways or the other to another country. And the non-aligned movement has large parts of the world's countries which are member nations, especially a lot of countries from Africa, who will play a critical part in how this war against Corona is won. Remember, it also requires collaboration and learnings from each other. There are different models the countries are using to control this problem, and every country has found its own success stories and its own failure points. And once they are shared at a global platform, it helps you improve in your response pattern as well. Remember, Avni, the other big cooperation that is happening currently is in the world of finding a cure or a vaccination against Corona. And again, that's something which is collaborative as a process. It will require a multinational approach and also sharing of that learning, so that every country can actually help in furthering that cure or furthering that preventive vaccination that is required in their own respective countries. So, critical move, and the fact that the Prime Minister himself is part of this meeting is good, because India's position in the world in terms of their way of fighting this coronavirus has been appreciated and has been considered as one of the better stories as compared to a lot of what we saw in the Western world of me.
Yes, absolutely, Vinay. And the point that you mentioned, I mean, whenever there is a vaccine that comes, that is in fact finally in the market, it will depend on how all countries come together to figure out how exactly it has to move, how will it be distributed. All of that will require a lot of coordination. So this kind of a summit from that perspective also becomes that much more important.
Absolutely. And while the battle against Corona will remain, is a country-specific battle, which means India, for instance, has to find its own way of fighting the battle. At some stage, the world will have to move towards normalcy, where travel between countries, the business and the trade movement between countries will get normalized. That will have to be, there is a lot of cargo movement that happens between countries. Ships move. There are a lot of ships that are currently anchored at different harbors. There are flights that will resume. And that means that you possibly need every country to be on the same page in terms of the preventive steps that are taken to minimize or contain the damage that this virus can cause. Also, vaccination processes have to be uniform across the world. Even if one part of the world doesn't follow it properly or doesn't do it well, it can potentially cause a problem in other countries as well, because inter-country travel at some stage will have to be revived. So it's good that the world is recognizing that this is a global issue and that the coordinated efforts by different countries under different forums, whether it is G20, whether it is SAARC, whether it is the NAM movement, all of it will come in very handy in the way in which this battle is fought, and then finally, the world finds a way of managing it and making it be like any other flu or any other virus that one would get afflicted with, which every country fights with on probably weekly to monthly basis. Avni.
All right, Vinay, thanks so much for joining us and getting us that perspective. Those are visuals there of the Meet Summit with NAM leaders that Prime Minister Modi is also part of. All right, let's move on to some breaking news at this point in time that's coming in from Chennai. This news just coming in for you at this point in time. We'll just get that for you. The Chennai market, in fact, the cop in charge of the cluster area has now tested positive. Remember, cases in Chennai have been witnessing a spike for several days now, and this particular market has been a massive cluster and adding to the rise in cases in Chennai. The cop in charge of this cluster area has now also tested positive. That's the news that we are getting to you at this point in time. This is Pramod we've got joining us at this point. Pramod, what can you tell us here? The number of cases in Chennai have been increasing, and that has been a cause of concern. But this particular cluster has been a big worry point as well. And also to point out here that this market also has been an issue in the past of enforcing social distancing norms as well.
Absolutely. This place in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, called as Coimbatore, is turning into a very big issue right now because, for consecutive period, even though social distancing was maintained at various places across the state, Coimbatore market was constantly functioning. The reason being that this was the part where all the supplies from various parts of Tamil Nadu came together, came in for wholesale and retail. And because of that, so many people were coming to that place. Even we've highlighted it so many times. But unfortunately, even though the authorities claim that social distancing was maintained over there, now they have identified 2 primary contacts, because of which so many other people have turned COVID-19 positive. In fact, authorities is also trying to find out, trace 7,500 people across 5 districts that is surrounding Chennai, and that's the reason it seems like once again Tamil Nadu is going to face a larger spike when it comes to number. Not just that, even for the day, it's being said that the numbers would definitely increase because of Coimbatore cluster.
All right, Pramod, thanks for joining us with all of those details. Meanwhile, Union Health Minister Harshvardhan commented today on Delhi government seeking a further relaxation. Delhi Health Minister said that Delhi was one of the worst hit cities and needed more stringent action and minimum relaxations. This, of course, in response to the Delhi government saying that more relaxations are needed at this point. Listen in.
दिल्ली भी देश के गिने चुने उन प्रदेशों में से है जहां की कोरोना की स्थिति को अभी काबू करने के लिए और बहुत कुछ और ज़्यादा गंभीरता से करने की आवश्यकता है। और उस नाते इस लॉकडाउन 3 के अंदर दिल्ली जैसी जगह में मेरे विचार में व्यक्तिगत तौर पर कम से कम छूट जो है इसको अभी लिबरलाइज करने के लिए दी जानी चाहिए। लेकिन ये निर्णय जो भी है सरकार उसका है। स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय ने या होम मिनिस्ट्री ने तो डिटेल्ड गाइडलाइंस दी हैं हर प्रकार से, लेकिन अपने अपने स्टेट की परिस्थिति के हिसाब से स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को ये निर्णय करना है कि उनके प्रदेश में किस गाइडलाइन को किस मात्रा में फॉलो करना उचित है।
Meanwhile, Maharashtra Cabinet Minister Ashok Chavan has blamed Punjab for the recent spike in corona cases in his constituency, Nanded. On social media, Ashok Chavan put the blame on pilgrims from Punjab who were staying in Nanded, saying that out of the 26 recent cases, as many as 23 are linked to Punjab pilgrims. Earlier, Punjab government, meanwhile, blamed Maharashtra after 200 pilgrims who returned to Punjab from Nanded were found to be positive. Punjab Health Minister said it was Maharashtra's responsibility and duty to have implemented the centre's guidelines and get the tests done.
26 पॉझिटिव्ह रुग्णांपैकी हे 3 रुग्ण वगळता इतर 23 जणांमध्ये 3 जण पंजाबहून परतलेले वाहन चालक आहेत व 20 जण गुरुद्वाराचे सेवेकरी आहेत. त्यामुळे या संक्रमणाचा स्रोत नांदेड शहर नसून तो बाहेरून आलेल्या लोकांचा हे प्रथम दर्शनी दिसून येते. 23 एप्रिल रोजी सुमारे 325 भाविक नांदेडमधून पंजाबला गेले. त्यांना घेऊन जाणारे वाहन चालक परत आल्यानंतर आपण नांदेड जिल्ह्याच्या सीमेवरच त्यांची वैद्यकीय तपासणी केली. त्यातले 3 पॉझिटिव्ह निघाले.
We've got breaking news that's coming in. Bihar DGP Gupteshwar Pandey has clarified that there has been bare minimum relaxation in the state after the MHA guidelines were issued. Only construction activities in orange zone and some government activities have been allowed. The rest of the restrictions remain the same as earlier. That's a clarification coming in from Bihar DGP saying that at least as far as the state is concerned, only construction activities will be allowed in the orange zones, but more or less restrictions will remain the same as before, despite all of the relaxations that have been allowed by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Those details coming in. Listen.
बहुत लोगों को कंफ्यूजन है कि तीसरे चरण के लॉकडाउन में शायद कुछ छूट है. कोई छूट नहीं है, कोई छूट नहीं है. तीसरे चरण का लॉकडाउन भी वैसे ही है जैसे पहले चरण का लॉकडाउन था. आम आदमी के लिए कोई छूट नहीं है. केवल ऑरेंज जोन में कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटीज, कुछ सरकारी कामकाज के लिए अलाउ किया गया है. विशेष परिस्थिति में कुछ दुकानें खोलने का संबंधित जिला प्रशासन निर्णय ले सकता है. बाकी कोई दुकान नहीं खुलेगा, कोई शॉपिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं खुलेगा, कोई मॉल नहीं खुलेगा, कोई सिनेमा हॉल नहीं खुलेगा, कोई भी नाई की दुकान, सैलून, तंबाकू, पान गुटखा की दुकान कुछ भी नहीं खुलेगी. स्कूल, कॉलेज, कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट सब बंद रहेंगे पहले ही की तरह. इसलिए इस बात को अच्छी तरह समझना है. मोटरसाइकिल पर पास लेकर के सिर्फ एक आदमी ही चल सकता है, 2 आदमी नहीं. और पास लेकर के गाड़ी में भी बहुत जरूरी काम से कहीं जाना हो तो ड्राइवर के अलावा सिर्फ 2 आदमी बैठेंगे. इससे ज्यादा आदमी बैठ ही नहीं सकता. एक स्टेट से दूसरे, एक जिले से दूसरे जिले में तो आप जा ही नहीं सकते बिना पास के. बहुत जरूरी होने पर मेडिकल ग्राउंड पर आपको पास इशू होगा.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of The Big Story. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to Mirror Now.